Hey Capricorn, your October tarot reading is ready. I'm Eleanor. Welcome to Pink Pearl Tarot. Here on the board, or on my table, I have your theme. I have 3 cards to get some more information on that theme. I have your week-to-week forecast, career and finances up here, love is right here, and then a bonus synchronistic symbol message for you. And then if you have some questions that formulate during the reading, there's some other symbols that appear on these cards that might have a synchronistic meaning to you. So go ahead and pay attention to what's on there. And then at the end, I'm going to pull 2 crystal ball cards that'll have very simple answers if you have some questions in your mind. So your theme is togetherness. It says loyalty, fellowship, and bonding. So while we do have legs of our journeys in life that we do have to walk alone, here in October, you are surrounded by various types of support and camaraderie. So you are not walking alone through this month, through this passage. Now, your first clarifier is the 4 of water. So the people close to you right now, they can really help you see what you're not seeing. If you have overlooked something, if you have lost perspective, or you're not able to see the best version of yourself, because sometimes we need that reflected back to ourselves. Sometimes we lose sight of ourselves. So let them show it to you. And another way that they can be helpful is for motivation to do something boring. Do you ever have something that you have to do and it's just I don't know, like clean something up or some kind of task, or it's like, hey, will you just come with me and sit with me and talk while I do this thing that is otherwise unbearably boring? Some things are just more fun when shared. Or if you have to look at it this way, if you're not going to do something necessary for yourself, maybe doing it for them will help you get you off your butt. Next, you have the Lovers. So the most common interpretation of this is going to be to invest in time with your romantic partner if you have one, but it doesn't have to be that. This is the person or people who support you exactly as you are, totally free from power struggles or power imbalances, totally free from any transactional energy, and who support you out of love itself instead of what they need to get from you. And so that's who to align yourself with right now. So use this time to strengthen any bonds that you have that are like that. Now, finally, you have the moon. And so I actually want to point out that you have the moon twice. It's actually called Conception in this deck, in that Da Vinci deck, but it's the moon. And there is also kind of, there's a repeating image here of being at the water's edge and seeing yourself in the reflection. So there is something about projection and how much you can learn about your own shadow through your interactions with others, what fears they bring up in you, what irritations they trigger. Also a message here about holding hands in the dark. I'm not sure what that means. Hopefully it means something to someone. So getting into your week-to-week forecast, week 1, you have the 5 of air. And so in an energy where your relationships are key right now, don't be looking to win anyone over or to think of your growing connections as something to collect or acquire. This is going to require the vulnerability to be wrong, to surrender the tendency to compare, or to abstain from little tests of loyalty. That's really important here. And instead to choose trust. Love and connection, love is not a zero-sum game. And I'm also getting that being a winner it's not what true connection is built on. So some of the deepest connections are forged in fire. They're forged when we are confronted with failure and imperfection. So you do not have to be a winner to make these connections, for these people to love you, for your people to find you. Now, week 2, you have the Ace of Earth reversed. So as you become more true to yourself and you make choices that call in the people who are truly aligned with you, that means some connections that are not, as a result, they could be starved of energy and fall away. So this is just a natural part of it. And this says that, the grass is greener where you water it, right? And so the unspoken part of that sentiment is that withdrawal of your attention does mean something could not thrive. Now, week 3, you have, like I said, it's conception here, or more traditionally, it's the moon. So it's primordial soup energy. It's the embryonic fluid where all of your needs and desires swim and they call the shots from the depths behind the scenes. Unawareness and darkness are what give that all its power to pop up and interfere when you least expect it and when you don't want it to. It's a great time to get in touch with yourself and to listen to your feelings, because all of this subconscious energy does try to communicate with you. It's when it gets ignored that it causes trouble. Emotions are the information from your depths, so pay extra attention to this communication this week. Now, week 4, you have the Knight of Water reversed. So as you are surrounded by love this month, none of it is going to matter if you don't start to repair your relationship with yourself. This is not to say that you have to love yourself before others can love you, because that's not true. But it's just very difficult to receive it and absorb that love that's being offered to you if you don't. So you're going to scrutinize it too much. You'll try too hard to earn it or to pay it back, or to hinge too much of your well-being on the natural ebbs and flows of other people's lives. And before you're expecting loyalty from others, demonstrate that loyalty to yourself. Now, for career and finance, you have the King of Swords with the Seven of Swords, or imprisonment as they're calling it in this deck. I see one glaring message for everyone here. It says, read the fine print. Have a professional read the fine print. Fine-tune, comb anything that you're agreeing to. Seek expert opinions. Identify missing information or omitted data. Like, watch with this moon energy around you, wanting to trust something that's too good to be true, because there is hidden truth. The Ace of Earth reversed here in that second week it's a divestment. So this could be, it could lead to you pulling out of something, or for others of you, leaving your investment vulnerable or unprotected, so it could be plucked out of the ground. Stay sharp and clear-headed, professional, and seek a second pair of eyes. For love, you have the High Priestess with the Knight of Cups. Here's this recurring theme of hidden truth and hidden feelings. These two cards together, it says unspoken feelings. So someone wants change, they want progress, they want to deepen the connection, but no one is saying it. And this is why in that 4th week, it's so important to nourish and nurture your own heart, because it's just too easy to believe that someone doesn't care when you're in that energy. When you know you're lovable and you're loving on yourself, you start to flow with that frequency of love, and you'll feel its vibe where it exists without it having to be spoken and in your face, without anyone on the outside seeing it or understanding it. You will just know in your bones and in your gut and in every atom of your body. You will know and you will feel it. So I don't see words of feelings really being exchanged here, but I do see actually quality time being shared. So read into that, read into the quality time, read into the acts of service more so than their words. I don't know if I buy into that love language stuff exactly, but just look at their actions. Bonus message is going to be a synchronistic symbol. Whichever symbol appears on both of those cards, this is how this deck works. So let's see what it is. It's designed to where if you pull any 2 cards, they will only ever share one symbol. And in this case, it is this chess king. The chess king is your synchronistic symbol. So the king in chess is protected by all of the other pieces of his kingdom on the board. And this shows you surrounded by the protection of your people. But at the same time, they're not pawns or tools. And so don't start to think of them strategically. It's just a great time this month to appreciate these connections and to be present for them, and recognize that you are surrounded by protection of the people, of your circle, of your people. Sorry, I didn't mean to be repetitive. So the other symbols I want to talk about that stuck out to me are this prism and this ohm. So the prism, it's about the role that color plays in your life, and to pay attention to how it affects you, how it helps you express yourself, and also any areas of your life that you might be seeing things in a distorted way. Now the Ohm, it asks you to stop and be here now. And with the High Priestess and the moon energy showing up, you would be well served by some time to meditate, or at least find some peace in nature to connect with your intuition. So I'll just hold these up so you can see some of the other pictures here in case you've asked a question and you see an answer in some of those other images. And now I'm going to pull 2 crystal ball answers. So if you have 2 questions, there will be 2 answers, or if you have 1 question, you can decide if the first or second card will hold your answer. So the first answer is no need to worry. Take a deep breath. There's nothing to worry about on that issue. Card 2, answer 2. Listen to your intuition. High Priestess, right there. I just got done talking about that. All right. Much love, Capricorn. Talk to you next month. Thank you.